insane because here I am sane living on an insane planet.
Saying I'm insane. If you live on an insane planet and say you're insane, you'll probably get locked up.
Exactly. Matter of fact, if you become sane on an insane planet, the probability is you will be locked up.
Because all of the people on the planet have become insane.
And they look at your actions and they say, that's insanity.
Because they think we think we're sane.
They call normal sane.
They call what we're doing sane.
They think that what we're doing right now is sane.
It's sane, and it's
Wars
not.
and killings and Jewish people and Catholic people. The most
And
ignorant people on the planet
worshiping
are
some
religious people.
Sky fairy, or like you say.
He's going to come down and save us some way. And most of the pictures of him have him on a white robe with a cane. He can't even walk without a cane in that head. But that's extreme ignorance. Extreme ignorance is religion. It's the greatest drug ever put forth to mankind.
Well, I agree with that. It is crazy that people will close their eyes and believe in a God because we've been taught that there's a God or a Jesus, and by the same people who lied to us about the tooth fairy and the Easter Bunny
and a perfect woman
and Santa Claus and finding the perfect man, the perfect woman. They've lied.
Careful, I am perfect.
They've lied to us about that, but for some strange reason we accept the lie that there is a God or something that.
And that in itself causes us to kill, maim, and murder each other. Belief, and then belief in a God.
Well, that's obvious because that's what the war is supposedly about, or I don't really know what it's about. I say that humans like to kill.
It's about Bush killing all the Muslims he can kill, probably.
But right now it's about we're fighting an extreme religion, or all Muslims, or
that's
the Jews,
and
the Jews and the Arabs have been fighting for thousands of years. I mean, and the Muslims, and now the Christians are into this long time battle. So it does seem to be like religion is causing a lot of war.
All of it. And let's look at the individual insanity. When Bombs Away Bush blew up the World Trade Center and it came crashing down, 3,800 people were killed. Well, one guy was crawling, and he's crawling. He used every ounce of his energy to get out, and he was completely covered with all of the explosion-type material from where they imploded it on. And he finally got out. He could breathe, and he said, "Thank you, God." Well, if after all of his extreme energy that he used to get out of there,
why was God responsible?
Why was God responsible for saying that? Means God killed all 3,800 of those people there.
If he was responsible.
If he was responsible for saving that person, yeah. And everybody knows it was Bombs Away Bush that blew up.
Well, I mean, people say that if there's an accident and someone they love is killed, they say, well, it's God's will. I have to trust that God did that. And then if the person is saved, well, he was saved by the mercy of God.
By the mercy of God. And
God, this is all powerful. He can be good. He can be on the bad side.
And no matter what, he's always comes out a winner.
And it just kind of lulls you into accepting that it's God's will, which might even prevent you from experiencing what is part of life, which is death and the grief
and living.
And the living.
We look at a child who lost a parent, and we say God works in strange ways. What a sick thing to tell a child, that this entity called God took their child, took their mother or father for some reason. What a sick thing. We're a sick universe. We're a sick group of robots on planet Earth. There's 6.5 billion sick robots on planet Earth.
Super robots.
Super robots.
I thought you were going to say we're super robots.
So it seems as though we have reached an impasse here. Point of.
Speaking about time, well, I did discover that we were forced into time by the time we were 4 years old.
Yeah,
so if we were forced into living in time, which is living in memory and pain and suffering and pleasure, all of the things that depend on memory, then it's possible to escape from this time.
I call it transformation, yeah.
And you call that transformation.
It's the ending of the training and conditioning that, now keep in mind, we're saying together here that we were forced into this place, which is true.
But I used the word forced.
Yeah,
yes,
but
I
also
did. I
what is true.
accepted it.
Exactly. So both, it's a dualistic situation here. Yes, we were forced, and
Yes, we accepted.
yes, we accepted it. It's a little like being put into slavery.
So are you saying you at one point in your life you say, I do not accept this? I do not.
Well, no, at most points in my life I told the truth. I spoke the truth with myself.
About
Myself, about my actions. When I failed,
you didn't
guess
lie
what?
to yourself.
Yeah, when
you didn't say it was God
didn't do anything.
God.
When my businesses went bad, it wasn't because of the
God.
God, and it wasn't because of the what would they call it? They said there was
The economy.
The economy had crashed and all kinds of things happened, and I had excuses after excuses lined up for why I went broke. And you know what I said?
It was all.
It was my mistake. My own stupidity caused my demise.
I wonder what allowed you to see that it was your mistake, whereas most people would have said, "Oh,
Been happy to have the excuse of the economy crashed or whatever. Most people would be happy to have that excuse. I don't know what the answer to that is. It could have been the death experiences that I have had along the way.
And you saw the value of speaking the truth.
That destroyed the training and conditioning that was endeavored to be put upon me. In other words, I was trained and conditioned to a certain point, but I had an experience of near death, and that ended that training and conditioning, and then it was started again, and then I ended it anew. Or it was ended by the experience of death. Death is the greatest teacher on the planet, obviously. And coming close to it is enough as well, unless you're a religious person coming close to it, and then you see the light, and God sends you back and says, "It's not your time, my son. Go back and collect more money, because I need to pay the sun to come out tomorrow." Got it?
Well, I had a question.
I had an answer too, I just
I'm
can't
sure
think of
you
it.
did. I'm sure you did. I guess that's it.
Okay,